Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today for the 5th Alliance War video of Season 40. Today GT40 is facing LVT, and I'm bringing in a team of Hercules, Immortal Hulk and Dr. Doom. So White Mags was banned this war, which is why I'm not using a White Magneto pre-fight here. Yeah, the plan for this fight is pretty much just keep her knocked down. If she uses a heavy or two, it's fine. Mainly just don't want her to throw any special 2s when she's managed to finish off a heavy attack, and also don't want her to get a reverberation. But as you can see, this is just a really fast fight. I get my persistent charge from the intercept there, and the special 2 finishes her off. So yeah, around a 30-second fight there, even unramped going in. Second is going to be this iDoom on node 11. So the reason he's here is pretty much just because his first medium, I believe, is a projectile, so he's just going to be a bit awkward to get openings against. So yeah, if he goes for medium heavy, there's not really a lot you can do about it. So basically just need to get him to throw a light attack, which he did there, parry that, get the knockdown, and this is going to be an extremely fast fight now. I clearly intentionally the special 1 to get the extra persistent charge, 100% intentional play, and yeah, get another knockdown, and special 2 is pretty much going to finish the job. And yeah, Herc special 2 does even more damage when opponents have armor ups, so the red damage there is even higher than it normally would. So next up is going to be this Wong on node 19. Now this is a fight that's a lot easier if you've got the White Magneto pre-fight, because they're right back at it node, and then Wong's heavy, giving him unstoppable, so you don't really want to be baiting that. But I've got quite a few persistent charges at this point, so go for a heavy attack, intercept there. Here I'm trying to bait out his special 1, but he gives me an intercept opening which I take. He's got special 2 here. Go for a heavy attack both to remove the protection and to just reduce the prowess from aggression prowess. Block the special 2 doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. And yeah, finish him off with a special 2 of our own, and that's just another 30-second Herc fight. So next fight up is going to be Spot on node 23, and there's 2 real reasons he's placed here. So the first is that his special attacks is slightly awkward to evade, like you can mostly just outrange him, especially the special 2. However, if you're in the war, you're not really going to be able to evade them, and then that is just going to be triggering the bubble shield node a lot if you're blocking. Then he can go unblockable and all that kind of stuff. Second reason is that his special attacks are just really long, so there's a fair chance that you get rooted if he doesn't want to throw a special immediately. Yeah, my strategy for this fight was essentially just never bait a special. It's got power focus too, so I can just keep pushing his power really high. Here I hit him quite a lot during Untouchable, that's placing ruptures on me, which combined with Despair is taking me down a bit, but it's nothing really threatening, it's just going to cost a potion or 2. So now moving on to my section 2, I'm on path 8 here. I've got a Killmonger and a Hulkling. I've got Odin pre-fights, which are mainly for the Hulkling matchup, and I've got a Power Start 1 boost, and these fights are just going to be really quick. Yeah, I mean, pretty much speaks for itself. I've got a max rank 5 Herc here. It's pretty much nothing to these matchups. This matchup, because I've got the Odins as well as Herc having a couple of buffs of his own, I'm pretty much always going to be winning the Rich Get Richer race. So there's just no threat whatsoever in this fight. It's going to be over before anything can really go wrong as well. See, a special 1 at the start has already taken a quarter of his health. There, I land a nice intercept. He goes indestructible, which is fine. I'm just building power the longer this fight goes on from Rich Get Richer. Got my special 2 here, and I'm pretty much just going to go for a special 2 intercept, and I believe this finishes him off. Yeah, because we've got the precision, so the hits are critting often. And that is Herc's portion of the war over. I've got a bit of a smaller war this time, only 8 fights compared to the usual like 10. So these last 2 fights are going to be taken with Doom. This first one is a Mordo on 48, and this fight is just not concerning at all because I'm not really going to be able to take any damage. So didn't even bother using the invulnerability boost here, even though it does have return policy power efficiency. And the plan is pretty much just standard Doom stuff. Just, yeah, not really anything to worry about. Build up to my special 3. Do pretty well at stopping his power gains by either staggering or just hitting at the right time. Think mostly just hitting at the right time at the start. And yeah, I've got to my special 3 now. So yeah, fight is essentially over at this point. Even if I did eat a special 3 or like 4 or 5 of them, I probably still wouldn't die. So here I go for my second special 3, going for a double Fury cycle here. Believe I have Mystic Boosts active, but they're more for the next fight, which is probably the scariest fight of the war, I'd say, even though it is one that I've done a few times before. Yeah, special 1, steal the power, straight in special 2. Mordo can block unblockable, but he has to be blocking for, I believe it's half a second before. So it doesn't actually happen there. Here it does happen, but I knew that it would kill through block anyway, and he goes down relatively quickly and full yellow bar. So my final fight of the war is this Doom on the Conflictor mini-boss. So I actually thought this was a rank 5 Doom. I believe it was a rank 4 looking back. So it's a bit of an easier fight than I thought it would have been. Got the regen boost mainly just because the others don't really help in this matchup. Invulnerability boost, the main way I'm going to die is if I eat a special 2 or a special 3, and I'm probably not going to survive either of those because of incinerates or stuns. And power starter just not really a fan of with Doom in general. So strategy for this fight is essentially special 3, special 1, special 3, special 1, repeat that. Hopefully Doom never uses a special of his own. Here I trigger Conflictor pretty much just to push his power higher before my special 3. And now I basically just need to manage my own power with Mystic Dispersion from the prowess, as well as the power back boosts and Doom's own power steal to make sure that I don't miss this special 1 throw. And then I'm literally just going to be cycling special 3s and special 1s until he goes down. I also want to make sure that his power is relatively high when I use the special 3, essentially high enough that when I use my special 1 he can be at 3 bars. Because if he uses a special 1, it's going to slow down the fight, but it's not the end of the world. If he throws a special 2, he's got prowess active or the block penetration and I have to dex it, miss the dex, that's probably how I'm going to die to this. But luckily that doesn't really happen, and this fight just ends up being around the 2.5 minutes of me throwing special 3, special 1 over and over again. So yeah, it's not the easiest fight out there, but it's also a relatively safe one if you know what you're doing. And yeah, so may as well just talk about the result of this war now. So GT40 got our 4th consecutive Alliance Donut, so that is 150 4 wars in a row. LVT put up a pretty solid performance with 4 deaths, however, we just didn't die again, so yeah, we did end up winning this war, and just secures our first place. I believe at this point LVT was the only other alliance that was 4-0 in the standings. So we've got a win on everyone at this point, and yeah, we're in a pretty good position for getting War Champion. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which is actually going to be against a new nation, and I've got 11 fights, so it should be a pretty good war.